In this video, we're going to be having a look at what it takes to create a side hustle. Now, many of you might be wondering, how do you go about creating a side hustle, but how to do it properly, right? Because yes, I understand that, the intention is there, and you've heard of people making money online, and there's all this sort of good stuff going on. But how do you get a piece of the action? Or even if this is a new concept to you, about having a side hustle and finding another way that you can make money. What I'm on about specifically in this video is how do you make money online, right? And I'm going to do 3 steps, and these 3 steps are designed to make it easy for you to understand what it takes for you to start thinking in the right sort of way, right? So the first thing I'm going to say to you is, if you can have like a business owner mentality from the start, then it really does help, right? And what I mean is, you don't need to start worrying too much about, how am I going to buy this? What my profits and margins are? None of that, right? So we'll get rid of all that. But what I'm trying to say is, try and think about whatever we're going to talk about in this video being a small little thing, your side hustle, and your aim is to grow it into a massive empire, right? And it's going to be like the foundation or the core thing of your future business, right? And that sounds exciting, right? So let's get started. And the way I'm going to do this video is, I thought to myself, how can I do it in a way that's going to be easy for me to get my message across, and for people who are new to this concept of creating an idea online, creating a side hustle or business or something, or website or affiliate marketing, whatever it is, e-commerce store, right? You have to start somewhere, right? You have to be able to think about an idea that you're passionate about. You have to, make sure that whatever you're thinking about, putting your energy and your money and your focus and that part of your life in for the next, for the next few months or for the next year or so, right? You want to make it worth your while, something that's going to be your passion, something that's going to, make you go to sleep late at night and wake you up early, right? That is my intention with this video, and it's to show you how you can start to think about a possible idea like that in 3 simple steps, okay? So the first idea, right, about creating a side hustle is you have to understand what you're wanting to do, right? So I would start by having a little diagram, and so grab a piece of paper, grab a strong drink, not alcohol, I mean like a coffee or something like that, right? And what you need to do is start in the middle, and then just jot down idea. Because the first part is idea, right? You have to have a solid idea of something to start to validate, or something to go for in your head, right? And what you want to do, because the side hustle thing is all about creating an online business and an online income stream, this is all about understanding what ideas are actually going to work in the real world. Because no matter how great an idea is, you have to sort of make sure that there's at least some form of market it is, right? No matter how small that market is, or how, small it seems or whatever, we have to make sure that whatever we put out there, our messages and our branding and all that we're going to put in, and all our work that we're going to put in with the side hustle, we have to make sure that the idea has some form of us being able to make money, right? So this is what this idea stage is all about, right? So you can, when you create an idea, just put down idea, fresh piece of paper, and literally just create loads of arms off of this sort of circle, and then just list loads of ideas that come to your mind. Now, whatever it is, it could be, and at this stage, what I would say is just start by putting down whatever is in your head about what kind of ideas that you want to create, or whatever you want to work on, and we'll come back to how you start validating them And I'll share with you in this video like a tool that you can use to validate some ideas, right? And so at this point, you want to, put down any ideas that you've got, because you might have had an idea, right? You might have had an idea up to this point where it might have been something like, oh, I hate my 9-to-5 job, or I hate working for someone, but I've always had this idea about selling XYZ online because I know everything about them. Or I've tried to buy XYZ online and nobody's buying them, right? So that's more of a e-commerce solution. Another thing might be, you might be tremendously talented and gifted, like with music or with art or a real creative side to you, right? And it's, write that down as well. So, so the first idea I shared with you, like an e-commerce thing about selling a particular item, even if it's really niche or whatever, right? Then the next thing is write down that second idea, like a creative solution. But these ideas can be whatever you want them to be, right? It can even be as simple as an idea that you just want to put quality content out there, all to do with a particular, like a particular topic, right? So it could be even cars, it could be something to do with cars. I say cars because I'm a massive car fan, right? But it could be absolutely anything. So it could be, just at this moment, this is about discovery. So this idea stage is all about understanding about what are the possibilities, right? So write everything down on your list to do with your idea, right? And then the next stage with your idea is you have to know who your target audience is, right? So I put TA, which is target audience. Now what I mean by this is you've got to know or have at least an idea in your head at this point of, so I would, under each of the ideas, so imagine you're writing each of your ideas like that, then simply underneath, bullet point, just write down who you think you would be serving, right? And the reason why I say who you would be serving is because these are the people who are going to be, coming to your website or your online business, right? So these are the people that you want to serve. So these are the people, the more detail and the more demographical data that you know about them at this point, you might know that they're, it could be, if you're doing, say, like a website about obviously Chevrolet or something like that, something as simple as that, you know that your followers are going to be like people who like Chevrolets, right? But it might be, modified Chevys or something like that. Whatever it is, at this point, you're creating this idea for this side hustle, right? We're just starting this discovery process. So if you start by writing down, who are the people who I'm going to be serving, or who are the people that I want to serve, with this idea that I've got, when it grows into a big empire, or when I do put that effort into it to drive it, who are the people who are gonna buy my services and products, or who are gonna consume my content and stuff like that. If you can start to think like that, just like we're starting to think about the idea, what this is gonna start doing is it's gonna start driving the cogs in your head about what's possible, and it's starting to get you to think from a different perspective. And this is all to do with our side hustle, because it's all to do with getting moving. It's all about getting, thinking from a place that it's okay for me to think. In my time, it's up to me what I want to do. And if I go to my 9-to-5 job and I'm grafting away and I'm doing my work, then it's up to me about, in my own time, what I do. And it's things like this you should be doing, if you're looking for a way to be free from like your current employer or whatever it is, if you've just had enough or whatever, and you want to delve into this whole thing around about having your own business online and all that side of stuff, right? This is what I mean, and this is what I meant at the start of the video when I said you've got to have like a business owner mentality, right? If you can start thinking and taking this serious, right, I can promise you now the number of people on a Saturday or a Sunday or after work who do this kind of stuff, side hustle. This in you know, in a business sense would be just called something else, like business idea or business opportunity or something like that, right? But we're talking about a side hustle because we're coming from a place of, we're going to have to hustle, man. We're going to have to put some work in on this. We're going to have to, but the thing is, it's exciting because it's new. And so treat this like some, you know, be serious about this when you're doing this exercise and put some effort in, because when you start coming up with some ideas, you might say, I want to do this, but then your limiting beliefs might start telling you, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do that, so I'm just going to stop this exercise. But I want you to follow through. It's only 3 steps, guys, right? And then the next one, the third and final stage following our target audience is any kind, and this really is, at this point, this third step is more of an additional step, right? But if you can do this now, then you are onto a winner. And this one is service or product, right? So that means, imagine that you had a website that you talked about a particular thing that you loved, for example, like a passion, and then you use your target audience who you know in depth, and you know, because these are the people that we want to target because they're passionate about what we're doing, and then I want you to think about what you would sell to them, you know, any products or services, and that's what that stage is. Now, going back to that tool that I mentioned about using to validate your idea, you can use a tool called Google Trends and even Google Keywords Planner, right? And what that means is you can type in terms and searches on them 2 tools. You can find them through Google, and what they'll do is they'll give you some feedback about trending topics, about how popular things have been over time. And finally, Google Keyword Planner will show you and tell you in more detail what it is that people are searching for, like search terms, and it'll tell you for the number of people that are looking for a particular thing. And you want to sort of aim for something that people are at least searching for 1,000 searches a month. That's all for this video, guys. If you want to find out more, click the link below this video.